Hi, I'm Kyle, a tired therapist.
And I'm Jackie, also a tired therapist.
And together, we are
Two Tired Therapists. Welcome to the pod.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back
It's Two Tired Therapists.
to the award-winning, internationally acclaimed,
So many downloads. Over
So many
55 million downloads.
55 million downloads.
Just kidding. It's like what? 200 something downloads?
If that, if we're lucky, on a good episode.
A good episode is like maybe 60 downloads.
Yeah.
We're getting more popular.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll make it,
It's fine.
maybe.
We're here.
And you're here.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yes. We love it. We love to do this. And so we thank you for being here.
We thank you for being here.
Well, Kyle,
Mm-hmm.
tell me,
Mm-hmm.
what are you tired of?
It's been okay. I know that we try to make this a fun
Yes.
podcast, and we try to
Uh-oh.
give people a break from reality,
Sure.
and we don't talk about things like politics and all that, but
Sure.
we have to talk about the war on drag queens
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. It's so
because
stupid. Dumb.
what are we doing?
Just big fat dumb.
Like, I can't.
Did you see the Jon Stewart interview with that one? Oh my God.
Yes.
If you haven't seen that, just Google Jon Stewart interview. I don't even know who the guy is.
I don't either. But
Drag queen
yes.
interview or something like that.
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
Right. It's what are we?
the
like,
logic is so poor. It's not
so
even
poor.
funny.
It's like you can make so many arguments.
Well, and it's what everybody says. It's let's take something that's not a thing, let's make it a thing, and let's distract from everything
Mhm.
else that
Other
is
things.
going on.
Mhm. Right.
And it doesn't make any sense. And when you read these stories, you're just like, I don't know. Maybe people don't agree with it. Maybe they don't like drag queens.
That's fine.
But
that's fine.
But they're not doing anything. Like, it's not something that is being I would wager that not many kids are going to drag queen shows.
No, you know where they're going?
Where?
Hooters.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Hooters to see boobies.
See boobies and butts.
Boobies and butts.
And to see men.
That's okay.
Sexualize
Sure.
wait staff. Sure.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, but you know what? I don't like Hooters. So you know
No.
what I do? I don't go.
Right. Correct.
So if you don't like drag,
don't
go.
Yeah. Or don't watch it on TV.
or don't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
don't do it.
I-
Though allegedly, some of them who don't like drag queens have done it.
Have done
That's
it.
what I've heard.
They did. There was lots of pictures
I'm
floating
just
around
saying.
on the internet of several specific senators from a certain party. We won't name names.
We won't name names. We don't
but,
do that here.
They did post their drag pictures, which were the best thing I've ever
Oopsies.
seen. Then one said, "I'd never done it," and then they found the pictures, and then they interviewed a bunch of people that he used to, I guess, do these drag shows with, and he was like, "That's never happened."
People keep the receipts. You got to be careful.
Well, that's the thing about this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the logic's not there. Like, let's go after the drag queens. You know, the only people who have been slain at drag shows is the attendants because
Right.
those drag queens slay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, and the only things that have died are wigs, honey, because they're dyeing those wigs different colors.
Yeah. It's true.
So it's just tired.
Yeah.
We can't harp on it because we could probably do a whole episode on how tired this is. But
Yes, we probably could. But
just leave the drag queens alone.
yeah, it's just don't go. If you don't like it, then don't go.
Don't go.
We don't
Right.
need to be doing
Right. Don't invite them to church to do a show. 'Cause
right.
That that's fine.
Yeah,
It's all fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mm.
Well.
On that note,
Okay.
what are you tired of?
Mine's not as serious as yours. So, now
So
it's good.
I know. I'm sorry to
it's
get
fine.
serious.
It's fine.
I know.
We'll talk about.
I had to.
I think this will make you feel better. So I have to ask you a question.
Please.
Have you ever seen the show Sex Life on Netflix?
Is that the one with the kids? The British one?
No.
That's Sex Education.
That's Sex Education. No.
Then no, I don't think I
Okay,
have.
so this is a show that I watched.
Sex Life?
Sex/Life is the title.
Oh, okay.
It is based on a book that somebody wrote about their life. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm my overall theme of tired is I'm tired of men blaming women for their problems. But this show is like a magnified. Okay, the show is terrible. Let me just.
Is it like real?
Start.
Like what? What
Yeah,
is
so
this? Like a documentary?
So no, it's based on a real story. This woman is married, 2 kids with a beautiful husband.
Sure.
She can't stop thinking about her ex-boyfriend and all the sex they used to have. So you know what she does? She thinks this is a great idea.
Uh-oh.
Terrible idea.
She calls him up.
No.
Okay.
She starts writing a journal on her computer that she doesn't lock about all the sex that they had. So she'll she types out and she's just like, I don't understand why, I love, it was so passionate. And then and like all these
Is it, like,
flashbacks of them, like
raunchy?
it's like I would consider it like almost like porn. I mean, every episode.
Was this the one
having
that one
sex.
of the Culkin brother was on?
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so.
Never mind.
So this woman, she starts writing this journal. Of course, her husband finds the
Well,
unlocked
sure.
computer journal of like all
That she left out
Right,
on the
and
bed
so
on
the
his side.
right.
Yeah.
And so the show sort of follows her life as like all these pieces are unfolding. She keeps running into her ex-boyfriend places. He is also very beautiful. Her husband's is a beautiful man too. Anyways, but as the show goes on, her husband kind of blames her and he's like, this is all your fault. They do some, I don't want to say out of the box things, but it is kind of out of the box.
Trying to spice it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he blames her, and Justin and I watched it not completely together, but Justin watched some episodes and we both were like, what am I like? It's a bad show.
Is it?
It's entertaining though. The drama is kind of hilarious. I laughed out loud every single episode at some whatever was happening. It was wild.
Is it just like, is it bad because it's just like bad acting or?
Yeah, it's a little bit of
Okay.
bad acting. From what I've read, this did happen in real life to somebody, like, because she wrote a book about it. So there's only 2 seasons right now, and it's every episode is like a chapter, a couple chapters of the book that she wrote. And at first I like kind of hated the main character. Her name is Billy, and I was like, oh my god, she's the worst. But then as the show went on, I'm like, you know what, they really are treating her unfairly. And then her husband just kept blaming her for every problem that they had,
course.
instead of like admitting like maybe that he wasn't like present enough, or maybe that he wasn't putting. And I was like, I'm so fucking tired of this. And then like
There's different standards for
things
men.
kind of unraveled in her, like the mom group of friends, because she has like a 4-year-old son or something like that. And then they start like kind of like shaming her for like talking about her sex life. It's really
Sure.
it's tired. But the men blaming women for problems in that show, I was like, oh, this is terrible. And I watched it in like 3 days, and I was
Really?
the drama was really entertaining. Like I said, I laughed out loud every episode
I'll
of
have to
something
watch
because
it.
oh my god, it's just prepare. It's bad. It's so bad. It's interesting, kind of the trajectory of her life after this, which I couldn't get over that she just left her computer unlocked around her husband with
Maybe
like
she
word
wanted
up
to,
that
you
was
know.
like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
I'm thinking about the time that Brad and I had sex in that stairwell. I mean, literally, that's
Sure.
what she was
I'm
writing.
Sure yeah, I'm sure.
So
She wanted to be
she
found.
she was a former PhD student in psychology. So they do talk about, you know, her background in that. So it's
Oh, great.
terrible. But I'm tired of men blaming women for their problems.
Well, famously.
sorry to gender it, but that's kind of
Well,
what it
I mean,
goes.
that's
It-
here we are.
I
don't
know.
know what else we can say about it. I mean,
it's 2023 and we're still doing
famously,
this.
there are different standards for men than women.
Yes,
you know.
I know, it's shocking.
It's like, you know, men watch their kid for 2 hours and they're like, oh, what a great dad.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, moms do it for, you know,
Yeah.
24/7. They're like, wow,
Yes.
you really kind of suck.
yes.
So here we are.
So
Welcome.
watch it, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, we don't
If
care.
you want to watch a bad show, it's
It's on the Netflix.
it's on Netflix. Yep.
On the Netflix. Great.
Yeah, I'll have to see if Trixie and Katya did it. I should.
I don't
Google.
think they have.
I don't think they
'cause
have
I
either.
religiously watch
Okay, I was gonna
that,
say, 'cause
so
yeah, that I would
No,
be
I haven't
interested.
seen
I
it
would be
yet.
interested in their critique of that. So
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming.
they just released the second season like a few weeks ago because it was like top on Netflix for a while, at least for
Oh,
like my
really?
stuff. Yeah. So, anyways,
Speaking of terrible people,
sure.
I'm very excited.
You
for
are.
today's,
You don't know what's coming.
I don't. I vaguely, you know, famously,
We
in
love to
Two
do this to
Tired
each other.
Therapists, fashion, we have planned this episode from something we said offhand from the last episode.
Sure. Yes.
Instead of, you know, sitting down and really thinking it out.
Right.
But here we are.
Right. So for the last couple of weeks, ever since we recorded our last episodes, I have been looking on Reddit. So if you don't know what Reddit is, I guess it's a social media. I don't know that I would.
Yeah.
I should classify it that way because you can
Yeah,
interact with
it's
people
social
on it.
media, I suppose.
It's a social media place. Where there's different, like they call them subreddits. So like you can join, well, like whatever you like. Like if you like drag queens, there's probably a RuPaul's
Yeah,
Drag
of
Race
course.
subreddit.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you like board games, there's a board game. I mean, so you can join all these different kind of subreddits. So I was scrolling through. I'm a part of 2 different ones. One is called "Am I the Asshole?" where people write in and they ask, "Am I the asshole?" And then they, you know, describe a situation in which they want to know, obviously, if they are the asshole or not. And the people in the comments vote, and then once I don't know how they decide at what point they stop, and then they kind of decide if you are or not. And then the other one is just relationship advice. I find that one to be a little bit more rotted than I the asshole can be pretty rotted, but the relationship one can be really bad too. So I found several stories that we're gonna listen to today,
and we're gonna
and and
share our thoughts.
Yes, and some of them are really just disaster.
I hope so. I was offline. I was saying like it's been a long week.
Yeah.
I'm really just here to drag people today. And that's
think
all
you
I need.
I think you will enjoy some of these stories. Great. So, yeah, that's that.
Great.
This one is, am I the asshole for moaning? I need to know if I'm the asshole or if this is a hill I should die on. My wife, Anna, is always bragging about what a great baker her grandmother, Edna, is. She used to own an award-winning bakery. We were at my wife's late Aunt Helen's wake. It was a small gathering. Edna brought along what was apparently Helen's favorite pie that Edna made. It was a chocolate pie. Anna offered me a slice and I turned it down as I am not a fan of such food. However, Anna insisted and Edna chimed in. I politely accepted a slice. Turns out Edna makes the best chocolate pie you have ever had. Ever. It's so decadent. I can see why now it was Aunt Helen's favorite. I made a sound to express how delicious I found the pie to be. However, Edna just stared. I didn't think much of it as we are at a wake and it's not a joyful event. I then asked my wife if it would be okay if I tried some of the whipped cream to enjoy with the pie. She silently passed me the cream. I know I made another sound, but it was just a nice sound, again to show my pleasure. Edna soon left the table and my wife followed, I assumed for grieving reasons. On the car ride home, my wife told me how I made her 94-year-old grandmother so uncomfortable as I was moaning loudly and repeatedly at the table. My wife said it was over the top and her grandmother called it vulgar. I told my wife I was not moaning sexually over the pie. However, she did not believe me as she said I moaned harder after she passed me the whipped cream, and I made a scene at the wake moaning sensually over chocolate pie and whipped cream while licking my lips and fingers. I'm sorry, is this a crime? As she was telling me about this, she got a text from her brother apparently joking about the erotic pie, and it made her more pissed at me. I honestly don't see how I am the asshole or if she is just grieving and making up reasons to fight. I know I made some sounds, but they were sounds when you make when you eat something delicious. It was a moan to express pleasure of the pie, clearly not to indicate my arousal. I was not aroused by the pie. Am I the asshole here? Should I just apologize? Edits. I will not be asking Grandma Edna for the recipe. The poor lady will think I'm wanting it for unholy reasons. I've taken accountability for the way my moans made my wife, her brother, and grandmother feel. I moan too loud and too often. This wasn't meant to be a funny post, but I'm glad it made some laugh. Thank you for your time and the awards. I didn't expect many replies. I will now be more reserved concerning moaning in public from now on. That one was hard to get through.
Yeah, well,
it was really funny.
I guess we thought we would get through this, but Jackie did pre-record these for reasons you probably heard.
Right, you can kind of hear me laughing.
We were laughing. So,
what do you think? Is that person the asshole for moaning at a wake over a pie?
Well,
can you imagine? I'm sorry. I would just be like, what is happening?
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm not a foodie, so like there is no food I'm going to eat where I'm like nothing's going to make me do that.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
and I feel like you can control that.
And clearly, it wasn't what this it was. This poster was a man. And clearly, I'm guessing he was like in his mind. He was like, but when moan and it was loud and people heard it and then people made fun of it.
Right. I'm guessing it wasn't just like like
no.
I'm guessing it was
like
more than that.
Yeah, I don't even want to like guess what that was, but
yeah,
I don't
know.
I think
you're kind of the asshole.
Yeah, I think you're. I'm with you.
You can control it. That's not. I don't think. No.
Yeah,
no.
I think you say, "Oh, this pie is fantastic." I don't think you make a sound.
Don't say anything.
Right,
even.
right.
Just eat your pie,
or maybe be aware of your surroundings. You don't like. I don't know. I
don't know.
This it sounds like this person though did apologize after the fact, which is good because a lot of people don't. A lot of people double down and they're like, I'm this or I'm not. I'm not a jerk or whatever. But sounds like. He kind of was like,
I'm picturing it as like this dramatic, like he eats and he's like,
yeah. She was like, that pie,
yeah,
like
we don't,
and not like
I don't think you should do that.
No,
anywhere, right? Like I don't do that when producer Justin cooks for us.
Yeah,
even though it's delicious.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that kind of a reaction.
No,
and I like food. I don't but I wouldn't call myself a foodie either. But I don't know. That's just I don't know. That's not like over the top. Like
that's
you don't need to do that.
You didn't need to do that. Yeah. Sorry, you're kind of the asshole.
So you're definitely the asshole. Yeah. We got it. Okay. Moaning over pie.
That was and he
the unholy
unholy
reasons made me cackle. I had to
probably.
I had to do that more than once because I couldn't stop laughing.
I love how he did like a PhD like dissertation on this. I loved it. Yeah. Very methodical.
Yeah. And I will say I read these as they were written. I did not edit these. So some of them, it's going to sound like I'm maybe not speaking properly, but that is how it was written on
because
the
as you know, famously on the show, we speak properly.
Correct. And so
all the time.
you'll hear it a little bit. So, all right, on to the next one.
I'm so excited for this. I mean, that was just the start.
That was not the worst one.
I can't wait.
I'm not surprised, but
We got to start out small.
yeah, we got to start slow.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for forcing my husband off the toilet? My husband and I live in an apartment with only one bathroom. In the morning, he spends upwards of 40 minutes going to the bathroom, sitting on the toilet, answering emails, scrolling social media, and also, of course, actually using the bathroom. To be very clear, he does not have any IG issues that require any amount of time on the toilet. It is purely a me time thing. The issue is that I too need to use the toilet in the morning. We have virtually the same diet, so it should come as no surprise that I generally have to use the bathroom around the same time he does. Nearly every morning I have to text my husband to ask if he's almost done, which frankly is annoying and embarrassing. I know everyone poops, and I don't love having to broadcast it and beg to use the bathroom nearly every day. My issue is that he doesn't need to be sitting there for 40 minutes, and he's creating this annoying and embarrassing problem. I've asked him directly about it. He says that he's usually done within a few minutes, but he likes having some time to himself. I don't understand why he can't have alone time virtually anywhere else besides the one spot in our apartment that it can't be shared and is essential. I've told him that I'll leave him alone. Can he please do that somewhere else? And he says it's not the same. I recently asked him if he could limit his time on the toilet to 10 minutes. I said it's embarrassing to be really need to go to the bathroom and have to beg him to hurry up or have to use the public bathroom nearby our home. He said I was being an asshole for trying to control his bathroom time, but I think he's being an asshole for picking the one place in our apartment that's very necessary to have alone quality time. Am I the asshole?
Oh.
40 minutes
That's
seems
too long.
excessive. With a one bathroom apartment, I would light that place on fire.
Yeah. Well, you should. Well, my first thought is hemorrhoids. If you are sitting on the toilet.
But she said he's not going the whole time.
Well, no, but still you're sitting.
Oh yeah,
because
you're
sitting
like
way. I'm not a doctor, but like your whole like sits down from the rest of your body, and that's how you get hemorrhoids, because all that pressure, all that blood rushing to that part.
Body, I guess.
Maybe, but that's my like. How does he not have? Because I was going to ask that next. Like, is he taking 40 minutes to go to the bathroom because he needs to go to the doctor?
No, she said in the post.
Said no.
And she said in the post, it's like it's a few minutes for him to go to the bathroom, and then he just sits on the toilet, just scrolling through his phone.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be vulnerable here. I do that, not for 40 minutes, maybe like 10.
Right.
And it's different because it's like it's different. I'll give him that, but like 40 minutes is
that's
too
a lot.
long.
Well, and
you need to.
Well, and you live by yourself, like, so there's not. But
Generally.
there is another part, like, but you wouldn't do that if somebody else was there.
No,
I wouldn't do that.
No. Well,
the easiest fix to this is they get another apartment with 2 bathrooms.
Right. Well, and if he said
but I feel like this is like
I
a
have to go to
train
the
behavior
bathroom,
situation,
then I would get up and move. Right.
Right.
Like, if I was chilling.
Right. But she wants to, this is like, I want to train your behavior differently. I also think it's bullshit she has to go to a public bathroom to use in the morning. Because she said
I didn't catch that.
She said that sometimes she'll have to, like, he'll still be on and she'll have to use the bathroom. She'll have to go somewhere public and use the bathroom. I would light him on fire. Yeah. No.
If like no one's home and you're doing that, cool, fine. Go up in there and do it.
Right. But if it's the morning and you're both trying to get ready.
Right. No, I don't think.
That's rotted. I can't stand that. When I read the story, I was like, and a lot of people were like, why is he just sitting there for maybe, let's just say 30 minutes extra than he needs to be? Like, that makes no sense. And then he won't, like, there wasn't anything like that. He locks the door. He won't let her in. To be perfectly honest, this sounds disgusting, but I would straight up like go in there and I would be like, you got to get out. Yeah. And if you don't get out, then I'm going to piss
on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason. Well, like I said, I get it. It is different. There's a different vibe to sit there and you're just kind of chilling, but like not for 40 minutes.
No, she's not an asshole.
That just sounds painful.
Her husband's the asshole.
Yeah. And he has hemorrhoids. I'm sure he does.
He needs
I can't get off the hemorrhoids.
A medical. He needs to go to a doctor, maybe.
He just needs to get off the toilet.
Everybody does. I know everybody does this. Everybody does, but 40 minutes in the morning, I couldn't even, some mornings I only have 30 minutes to get ready. Right. Like, what, like, are you waking up at like 5 to just sit on the toilet for 40 minutes? I don't get it.
What are we doing? Yeah.
Anyways,
no, I don't think she's the asshole.
She's not the asshole. The husband is for sure.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Wow, people really are rotten out there.
Oh, this is not even, we have not even cracked the surface. There's a couple that I think you're going to be like, what the fuck? I was.
Oh God. Okay. Next. Next, please.
The title of this one is My Husband Won't Stop Peeing in Our Backyard. And the person wrote, wasn't sure where to post this, but seriously need some advice. Exactly as the title says. My husband and I just got a house in Arizona. We don't really have a yard. It's just a gravel with a cute little circle of grass in our backyard and a fountain. In our old house, we had a grass and garden area that I didn't care he peed in. It regularly rained there, so the pee got washed away, I guess. But down here in the desert, the sun just bakes it all day, and now our backyard smells so strongly of pee. He does it to, quote, save water, but can't even take guests into our backyard when they come over because of how bad it smells. I've blamed it on cat pee before, but now I can't even enjoy sitting in my backyard because it smells so bad. He still refuses to quit pissing in the yard. Does anyone know how I can get him to stop peeing in our backyard? And this person edited to add 4 points. 1, he's actually a very clean person other than this. He showers every day. Our house is always clean and organized. Even his truck is super clean all the time. And yes, he does poo in the toilet. He's just weird about peeing outside. Number 2, he's always peed outside. He comes from a family of 10 people with only 2 bathrooms in the house. So yeah, the peeing outside when we lived in the mountains never bothered me because it never smelled and it rained regularly to wash it all away. It's only starting to smell now because we live in the desert and he's peeing in the gravel in our backyard. I'm having a hard time turning this into a fetish or anything like that for him just because it's something he's always done for convenience. He doesn't do it when other people are around or at other people's houses. Number 3, I don't want to do anything nasty to get him to stop, so I'm not going to pee on anything or anything like that. And number 4, I've gotten some really good advice on how to get him to stop, so thank you all. I'll probably try to get him to use our spare bathroom as a mellow toilet. So this was posted in relationship advice. So
no, Mary. No, Mary.
I think I was like, when I read it, I straight up was like, wait, what the fuck? And then it smells so strongly they can't even have people come over.
Right. But yeah, no. It's, and I get where she said like he's used to doing that because he grew up like that. Probably was really normal,
right? And
but Mary, it's not. It's the 2 of you in one house now. You're
well.
Fine.
There's and as it sounds like there's more than one bathroom.
What is wrong with men? Sometimes they're too much on the toilet. Sometimes they're not on it long enough. What the fuck is going on in this world?
I read it and I was just sitting there and I'm like, okay, I can see like if you really had to go and you like were on a walk and you were like, shit, I really gotta go. I can't make it to the house, whatever. But you are consistently going outside. Do you not have a fence?
You're making a decision.
Do you have neighbors? I mean, like
that was my question. Do you have neighbors?
They didn't
but I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters because your backyard smells like piss.
Well, if they have neighbors, the neighbors probably don't like them. I mean, there's no way that smell does not waft somewhere else. No. Truly, I mean that is correct. Does it not bother him? I guess not. I guess he doesn't care. She didn't say anything about him. A lot of people were like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, you presumably live by yourselves, 2 people in a house with more than one bathroom. Like, there's no excuse.
Guess it's not disgusting. I think it's disgusting because of where they live, right? Like she said, like in the mountain or wherever.
Right, when it was raining, it's fine. Yeah.
But it's not fine anymore.
Well, and oh my God.
And how much, it is not that hard to walk in the bathroom.
Well, and she's like, it sounds like she's like, oh, I'll just ask him to use this toilet and then it'll just be like, he'll just pee in it and that's it.
Or if he's like, I don't know if he's kind of like a nudist or something, like, and just likes to be, or like out and about outside. Well, pee in it, put like a, I don't know, put a litter box. Yeah, honestly, like put a litter box out there or like, I don't know, something.
Well, even if they had
where
grass,
you can clean it.
Even if they had grass, I guarantee you his pee would be killing it. There's no way.
Probably.
Like even, so like, I mean, it's probably better that they don't have grass because their grass would be like
but
brown.
It's probably like, I mean, I don't know what's in the desert, clay out in Arizona.
Clay and sand.
Like, I mean, that's absorbs it. I know. It's
you
so
drop something
gross.
outside, it's done. We can never touch it again.
We can never, no. Because I'm not even going out there.
Well, you can't. It smells so bad. Like and she says she's blaming it on the cats, and I'm like,
what if they don't even have a cat? Do they have cats?
I don't know. I assume that they do because she said I would blame it on the cats. But isn't that cracked? I would no.
No, just go in the toilet. Toilet.
And I don't even know what advice to give besides like having a serious conversation and being like, this is disgusting. Like our backyard smells like piss. Like you need to use the toilet.
Or just reduce, like you can like once a day you can go out there and pee.
Right. And that's probably what she should do. She should say like in the evenings or whatever when it's not so sunny.
There you go.
Like that's when you can pee outside. But like,
or like put like a pot out there or something that you can then throw it away.
I don't know. Yeah.
A bucket and a mop. Like come on.
I don't even know if the friend told me this story, I would be like, I can't. And then imagine if you got so fed up with it that you ended up divorcing the person. And then I would tell everyone. I would tell everyone. I'd be like, he just pissed in the backyard all the time.
He pissed in the backyard.
And it smelled so bad.
It smelled like, what's in pee? Not chlorine. What's in it? Ammonia.
Ammonia.
Oh, I bet that's what it smells like too.
Oh, ugh. Well,
men.
That's one of the bad stories. There's another one, but I don't know. But wow. we'll go for the next one.
Ungodly.
The title of this one is, Am I the Asshole for Not Allowing My Girlfriend to Go Clubbing with Her Friends Until She Finished the Dishes? My girlfriend has stopped doing the dishes on days that are her turn over the past 2 weeks. When I asked her to do them and why she wasn't doing them, she would just tell me to stop nagging her and that she'll get to it later. For context, we've lived together for 5 months and this has never been an issue before. This has left me to do the dishes every damn day and it's starting to piss me off. Tonight there was a large stack of dishes, yet my girlfriend refused to do them again. Her car is in the shop now, so she asked to borrow my car to go out to the club with her friends since all of them had already arrived and couldn't give her a ride. I refused to let her take my car until she finished doing the dishes. She screamed at me for being a controlling asshole and didn't even end up going out with her friends. Am I the asshole? Side note, I've seen posts on here before where commenters always tend to assume that someone has a mental illness. To clarify, my girlfriend does not have depression, ADHD, or any other mental disorder.
Are you sure about that? Just kidding.
I don't know. I don't think he's the asshole because it sounded like they had some sort of like agreement where like she does the dishes, he does some other cleaning, and she's not doing it.
Sure.
And now he's doing it, so he's sort of inadvertently teaching her, oh, she doesn't do it for like a day, he'll do it anyway.
Right.
And then she wants to borrow his car. He says, no, do the dishes, and then I'll let you borrow my car, and she freaks out. Yeah. I don't know that he's the asshole. I don't love the title. The title is very misleading. When I read it, I was like, oh, and then I read the story.
Where are we going with this?
And then I was like, well, I don't know that that's the most healthy reaction to say, you do the dishes and then I'll give you my keys. But
yeah, I don't know. I think
I don't know that he's.
I think we have deeper problems.
I think it's that everyone sucks here.
Yeah, no one's winning.
Yeah, that's a judgment you can make. Is everyone sucks here?
Yeah, everyone sucks here, because I mean, if you had this agreed upon thing, then we should be following through. Now, my question is she really not doing them, or is she not doing them on your timetable?
Right.
Like, was she gonna come home at 3 a.m. and do them? Like,
right.
Maybe.
Right.
So why, is that okay?
And I've seen posts similar to that where it's like, my partner and I have a divvied out chore schedule. I do all my chores on this day and my partner does them, one every day of the week. And I hate that. And I'm like, well, yeah, it sucks, but like,
or you need to sit down and talk again and be like, okay, maybe she doesn't like to do the dishes.
Right. So so
you take that on and give her something.
Right.
Like,
right.
Right.
I think I when I read this and I was like, ooh, a lot of people were mixed. It was like kind of in between. It was like, you're not the asshole, you're the asshole. But I think it's a real everyone sucks here because I think there's a problem with communication.
Yes, communication. Yeah.
I also don't think her screaming at him being like, you're a controlling asshole probably helped the situation.
No, and then him treating her like his teenage daughter, which that's kind of the vibe I got. So yeah, no one's winning.
Yeah, it was
I think this is, we've talked about before, I think we've talked about it, the tuna salad arguments. We talked about that on a previous pod, I believe. No,
I don't think so.
Well, I have this thing with couples, not that I do couple therapy, but when one person from the couple comes in my office and they're arguing about these things like who does the dishes more, we call them the tuna salad argument, because it's like arguing how much mayonnaise do you put in the tuna salad, and the answer is it doesn't fucking matter because tuna salad is gross. So because it's a deeper problem, like dishes are not what ruins relationships.
Sure.
There's an unshared responsibility of household chores, or I'm putting more effort in this relationship.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like,
it's
I
like
feel
a
like
symptom of a bigger. It's a symptom of a bigger issue.
I feel like this is a symptom of a bigger issue.
Yeah.
So
it's a.
But I wouldn't say he's the asshole, but I wouldn't say she is either.
Yeah, I like I said, it's definitely everybody sucks here. It's a definite everyone sucks here. Okay.
I think we need to take a break because
you need to collect your thoughts.
I need to collect my thoughts, and you've said that there's some bigger ones coming up that haven't happened yet, and so I think I need to really be prepared.
Yes,
and I'm not.
Everybody listening needs.
I need to finish my Diet Dr. Pepper that you've provided me, and
everybody needs to just take a deep breath in, practice some square breathing. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4.
Yes,
and then we'll come back and we'll read the most cracked ones.
We'll be right back.
Well,
welcome back.
Hope you practice your breathing because you will need it for the next 3 stories.
I'm really, I'm ready and I'm not ready.
You're not ready for some of these, but
I'm ready to be slayed.
Yes. Okay. Next one, please. Title of this one is, Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend cheap lasagna? I make a delicious lasagna from scratch that takes hours and lots of money to make. It's so good that friends and family ask me to make it for them for birthdays instead of getting them a gift. Last month, I decided to make it for my girlfriend. I spent a lot of money on the ingredients and then used more than half the day making the herb-infused pasta, fresh dough, the ragu, etc. When she came over, she took a couple of bites and said that she didn't understand why I spent so much time and money on it because it tasted exactly like the lasagna she would make with canned Panzani bologna sauce and boxed pasta sheets. Not similar, not kind of like, but exactly like it. My feelings were hurt a little, not gonna lie, but I understand that to each their taste, and I just told her I'm sorry she didn't like it that much, and then kept pushing it and suggested we watch a movie. Flash forward to yesterday, she was coming over for dinner, and I asked her what she wanted to eat, and she said lasagna. So I popped over to the store, got Panzani sauce and pasta sheets to make it because A, she said my lasagna and the quick one tasted the exact same, so no need to spend a lot of money on ingredients, and B, because even if I had wanted to make my recipe, I wouldn't have had time since it takes me an entire afternoon, which is why it's a special occasions thing. So she showed up at my house, took one bite of the lasagna, and then spat it out and said it tastes different. When I told her I made it how she did, she got really upset at me and said that I wasn't putting in effort and that she was expecting to have a real meal and not something cheap. I pointed out the comments she made last time and she rolled her eyes and said she was clearly exaggerating. So then I got upset because what the hell? The situation got brought up to our mutual friends. Most have stayed out of it, but 2 of them think I'm the asshole because my girlfriend clearly meant she wanted my special lasagna, which is why she asked for it as dinner, that I should have let her know beforehand that I was going to make one using pre-made sauce, etc. I think it was clear that that's what I was going to do because she literally asked for lasagna 2 hours before coming over, which is not enough time to make the special one even if I wanted to. To clarify, the cheap lasagna tasted just fine, pretty tasty even, just not at all comparable to the original one in my opinion.
Oh,
cracked.
Is this a producer Justin?
Yes, Justin. When I read this out, Justin was like, "No."
Yeah.
I also think no. This person's not an asshole because that's what they're asking. They're like, "Am I the asshole?"
I would say, well, but this was someone they were dating. I missed that part.
So there's 2 people that are dating. Actually, 2 women who are dating. So one of them makes this special lasagna recipe, which she posted it in the comments. I couldn't find it because I really want to look at it. But it
sounds intense.
From what it sounded like to me, it was like you're hand making the dough because you're infusing it with herbs. Yeah. That's and Justin's made something similar to this, and it takes like a good 4 hours to make the dough part. So this person makes it for family, friends, whatever.
I wonder if it's like a family recipe too.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
If they're like Italian.
Oh, I'm sure it is. They did not mention that in anything, but
that seems like it would fit though.
Right. And so then the girlfriend, I don't know what this brand, so I'm really sorry if I butchered it, is like Panzan. I don't know what the hell it was. But I mean, then the girlfriend said
not ragu, that's for sure.
Right. She tasted the fancy one and was like, "Oh, this tastes just like a store-bought," which
that's rude.
I'm here to tell you that's not true.
That's not true. Yeah.
And then the girlfriend's like, "Well, I want lasagna." Sure. And then, okay, fine, I'll make you dinner. But, if you're telling me at 4:00 you want lasagna, you want this lasagna, it's not going to happen for you. I probably would have done the same thing. Sounds petty, but I would have done the same thing.
Well, they said even if they wanted to make it, there was enough time to make that one anyways.
Right.
And why would you want my special lasagna? You said it wasn't special.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that person was very rude because
oh my God,
because that's also people's like love language, right? Like I'm sure that's why a producer was upset because like if he did that for somebody, like if he did that for you when you were dating, after you took 4 months to meet with him.
A similar situation to this happened to us, except I didn't have this reaction. I love chicken Alfredo. I love fettuccine Alfredo. I love all that shit. Well, before I met Justin, when I don't cook very well, it's probably not a secret to anybody. I used to literally eat cereal, soup, and fruit snacks and wine as my diet before I met Justin. Hilariously was very thin back then. So when Justin and I started dating, he was like, "Oh, what's your favorite? Like, what do you love?" And I was like, "I love, like chicken Alfredo or like fettuccine Alfredo." He's like, "Let me make it for you." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And I was making it, store-bought noodles, store-bought canned sauce because I didn't know how to make sauce from scratch. And when he made that thing was the best thing I ever fucking ate in my life. And I was like, "Oh, you really do cook?" Because I kind of was that was the first time you ever cooked for me.
Yeah, people will say like, "Let me cook for you," and then they
I was a little skeptical, but it was There's no comparison to the tastes of that.
I've had his cooking. I understand.
Right. And we've made pasta from scratch together. It tastes nothing like store-bought stuff at all. Yeah. So I do need to read the first comment on this, or like the top comment on this post, because it made me laugh really hard, and you'll laugh really hard. And this person wrote, "Your lasagna just saved your life. It revealed your girlfriend for the petty, ungrateful person she really is. Now you can safely escape before you signed a lease, bought a car, got married, or had kids. Not the asshole, and praise be lasagna."
Under his eye, yes, absolutely. I agree.
It was funny. I read this and I was like, "Oh my god!" I need to like look through the comments and try to find the recipe. But not the asshole. I would have probably done the same thing.
Agree.
I mean, you don't.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Knowing how long food can take from like scratch, there's no way. And if she wanted that special, she should have said, "Can you make me that again?" And then they could have worked it out and could have said, "Oh, okay, we'll do this on a different day," or whatever. Not, it tastes exactly like the store, but no, it doesn't.
That's just rude. That's rude to say.
No, it doesn't. It does not. Nothing tastes like.
Even if it's not their like love language, like I don't know. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, sorry." Yeah.
So bad.
No, they're not the asshole.
No, not at all. So
wow,
that really triggered Justin when he listened to that. So
I bet. Wow.
All right, next one. This one is titled, "My new girlfriend claims my dad, who she randomly met, told her I was cheating after I asked for some space. I asked for space because my dad died on March 1st. How do I confront her?" Me and Anna, fake name, started dating Valentine's Day this year after meeting randomly at my place of work and getting to know each other. Our relationship is relatively new. We also my family, Anna, and me live in the same city. Like you can see from the title, my dad passed away unexpectedly March 1st. Anna doesn't know that he died. She only ever saw pictures of my family and hasn't met them in person yet. Likewise, my family knows about her and has seen pictures of her, which she is aware of. I told her my whole family thought she was pretty after I showed them a picture of her. I didn't tell her because I had a complicated relationship with my dad, and our relationship is so new that I didn't know how to bring it up. I'm still having trouble talking about it with friends and family. I have no idea how to tell my new girlfriend. So I told her that I needed some space and time for me because of personal problems. She knows how my dad looks like because I showed her pictures of a family vacation from last December. She claims that last Friday, she and my dad met in the grocery store. He came up to her and warned her about me, that I was boasting at home that I had multiple relationships so that it never got boring, that my personal problems were an excuse to spend time with other women. She wants to meet me this evening to talk it out and see if she can forgive me. Obviously, I know she is lying, but what the fuck am I supposed to say to that? I know you're lying because my dad is dead. Why would she even do something like that? For all she knows, my parents could be on vacation right now. Or I could have gone no contact since I last saw him. Why would she lie about that? I also need advice on what on earth to say to her. I definitively don't want to continue the relationship, but I also don't want to ghost her because I want to know what caused her to lie. I know she couldn't have known that he had died. We're trying to keep it private, but it also makes me angry that she involved him in her lie. And the too long didn't read is, my dad died unexpectedly March 1st. My new girlfriend claims she randomly met him in the city we all live in, where he told her, after recognizing each other from pictures, that I was cheating on her after I asked for some space. She wants to meet this evening to talk it over, but what am I supposed to say to her? The edit is, I am supposed to get ready to meet her now. However, after reading all your comments, I've decided not to go. You are all right. I can gain nothing from this. I sent her a picture of his death certificate and blocked her. I hope that was the last of it. I still want to know why she lied, but I doubt she is going to be honest with me. For everyone asking why I didn't tell her, I don't know. He died unexpectedly in the middle of the night. I had dinner with my parents the night before and everything was still fine. The next day he was dead. I didn't even know how to react. Something like this obviously never happened to me before. I just wanted some space and time to grieve on my own. Another edit. I am a woman as well. Part of my difficult relationship with my dad came from the fact that he only recently started accepting me. I came out at 18. He only started accepting it and me at the beginning of last year. Anna absolutely insisted it was 100% my dad. I don't know what her end goal was or how she thought it would play out, but I don't know why someone would go up to her and pretend to be my dad. I already said it in a comment, but he has a pretty noticeable and unique scar on his face from a car accident when he was younger. So let me explain this in case this is, because this one was a little convoluted, but I think you got it based on your facial expression. Yeah, so this person, right, this person says they started dating their girlfriend on Valentine's Day, which is February 14th. Famously, their father died on March 1st. This was posted like last week, so this is like several weeks after. So this is maybe like, the week of, I don't know, March 20 whatever. Sure. So the girlfriend is saying she met the poster's dad at the grocery store. The dad said, my kid is cheating on you. They're
he both died already.
Right. He'd been dead. So he's already dead. So either the girlfriend is completely making this up, which is probably the most plausible thing. Or she's psychic, or Ghost Dad came and was whatever. And so
Teresa Caputo.
And this person the dad passed away and said, I need some space. I got some personal stuff going on. I didn't talk to her for a few weeks is what it sounds like. So to me, the way that I interpreted this is this girlfriend got upset, thought something was kind of funky, made up the story, and then told her, but then didn't realize the dad had died.
Yes.
And they've only seen pictures of each other. They've never actually met in person. So it's not like I met your dad one time and I saw, like, that would have been their first meeting, but he was already dead. Cracked.
It's
can you imagine? I don't even know.
Girl, you in danger. Is what that was.
That is a certified.
Well, it's another bullet that you have now.
Right. Right. The poster ended up deleting there. I actually had to like go through and find it manually in Reddit because I read it and saved it, but the person deleted the post. Like the poster deleted the whole thing.
Oh.
I ended up finding it and screenshotting everything in its entirety because that one made me like, when I read that, I was like, that is.
Yeah.
I keep saying the word cracked this episode. That's the word of the day.
Word of the day, cracked.
But that was.
It is. It is. Because
that is wild. That is crazy.
The poster I get, they want like why? Like what was the end game here? Because
was it to like
no matter what, you're gonna be found out, girl. Like
and I love that I sent her the death certificate and then just blocked her.
I think that was great.
Yeah.
I think that's because that's the other thing too. It's been maybe a month they were dating.
Yeah. Like let's assume it's been a full month. So like let's assume they started dating on Valentine's Day and
because they had barely been dating when
they'd only been
died.
dating for 2 weeks. So I don't disagree with the rationale of I'm not going to tell my new partner that we just started dating that my dad died.
Sure.
Because that's a lot.
It sounded complicated.
Right. Well, yeah, and their edits made it sound like there was a lot of backstory, a lot of history, like
right.
And I actually agree with that decision.
And it doesn't sound like this person would have respected those boundaries anyway.
Right.
So even if they said like, look, my dad died and it's complicated, I don't want to talk about it, I'm going to guess this person would not have respected that.
Yes.
Clearly.
But
yeah, what was the end game? Because
flag straight like I just
the only one you need,
honey. And then she's potentially insisting that this really was the dad, even though one, the dad has already been dead. I'll say it one more time, and then two, the dad has some scar on his face that's not like a common.
Right.
So you made up this whole. I'm sorry, she made up that whole thing.
She made up the whole thing, and again, I think
to make it probably to see what the poster was gonna do.
But you're gonna. Because like the person said, my dad could have been on vacation. My dad could have maybe not lived in the city. Like, what if I didn't even know my dad?
Right.
I mean, obviously the person had seen like pictures and stuff and knew some of this, but like you don't think that person's going to ask their dad and dad's gonna be like, I don't know.
To be honest, if you saw a picture of somebody one time, I don't know that my brain would like connect if I ran into them at a store. Do you know how many times
I've ran into my friends at stores and I'm like, who is this person talking? I'm like, oh my God. Because you don't expect it.
Well, that's where I'm stuck because I'm like, you wouldn't even have reckoned. And I guess even if let's just play devil's advocate. If the dad was alive and the dad had seen one, I mean, I don't know that your brain would really associate that. Like I would pass somebody in a, I mean, I've done the same thing. I've passed people in a store that I apparently
and if dad wasn't so keen on the gay thing, I don't think he would be getting in the middle of the gay stuff.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a blessing in disguise.
Wild.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Because this person,
hate to say it, but that is crazy behavior.
Yeah, crazy behavior. So sorry. Go to therapy, sis.
Yeah, I hope this person goes to therapy and unpacks their feelings about their dad.
Yeah.
And this whole situation because
I meant the other person.
Well, that too.
That person.
She needs.
We need to work
too.
on that insecurity.
That kind of smells like a budding personality disorder. I'm gonna lie and manipulate the situation.
Sorry, yeah, I think
I won't diagnose that person because we won't do that. We're only getting one side from the poster,
and we're ethical and all that.
Sure,
but yeah, if the poster was my client, I would say, I validate that you want to know why, and the reason is because they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right.
So
bonkers.
Time to get out, girl. The
call
call is coming from inside the house.
It's real.
Wow.
Real bad.
Wow.
Yeah, you can hear the phone ringing. That's how close it is inside the house.
Yeah. The phone is actually inside your body.
So that was.
Wow.
That one was rough.
Rotten.
All right, last one. This is the king of cracked.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we're ready. Title of this one is Husband Fed Me Dog Food. My reaction? Pissed. Now he's surprised. I asked my husband to bring me something crunchy to eat, and he brought me dog food. So yeah, that happened, and I ate the dog food, thinking that it was a small handful of pistachio nuts. I didn't look closely at all or smell the food before putting it into my mouth, and it wasn't until I started chewing the food that I realized what I was chewing on. I had tasted dog food in elementary school. I'm in my 40s now, so is he, deep into our 40s. I was pissed and freaked out a little when I realized he had basically fed me dog food. To me, nothing about that is funny. Nothing at all. And he should know me well enough by now to know that I would not be amused by something so mundane. I'm not a snob and typically have a great sense of humor, but still find nothing about this humorous. I also have a gluten intolerance, so I was pretty disturbed about that too. Either way, because of my reaction, I'm now somehow in the doghouse. Thoughts. This took place at 6 a.m. this morning, which was on a Saturday. I was still in bed and half asleep, so I'm still a bit out of it.
Cut the cameras.
Immediate. We're done. We're done. I'm getting the lawyers. We're signing the papers. We're done. But first of all, there's so many things that I don't know if you caught all these things. I read this story and I straight up out loud said, what the fuck is this? So first of all, it's 6 a.m. You're asking your husband, can you bring me something crunchy to eat? You start eating what you think is pistachio nuts. Which I've had pistachio nuts. I've never eaten dog food, but I'm gonna say they do not taste anything alike.
Nor do they look alike.
Right. And then you're I'm so stuck on that. Like you're like, I want something crunchy at 6 a.m.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah.
Were they high?
About?
I wonder if they were like smoking or something, because that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
What do you think? Because
I feel I have to go a little opposite on you, because what, you're not looking at what they brought you.
Oh, I'm there too. I'm like
It's dog food. Well, that it looks not like
the smell alone of dog food is very
and
distinct.
The feel like. If you brought, I don't know, like...
If you thought it was a nut, you have to get pistachios out of their
boyfriend,
shell.
But I'm so suspicious that I could ask him for even anything, and if he brought it to me, I'd be like, what is this? That is my first question. What is this?
You're like, I want a slice of bread. He brings you a part. You're like, what the fuck is this?
What is this? What is it you... Because I want to confirm. It's kind of like, the what do they call... when you have to confirm your birth date at the doctor's office.
Oh, yeah.
I want to confirm that you have given me what you think it is. I am not just eating something someone has given me.
No, but tell me though, like if this happened to you, you would this has got to be like a we're done. That
I wouldn't have eaten it, so no, because I would have been like, "What is this?" And if he was like, "Oh," I'd be like,
"What if he said? What if he said it's pistachio nuts?"
I'd have been like, "It doesn't look like pistachio nuts."
I want you to humor me and just pretend like you didn't check it. You're like, it's the one time you're half asleep. You're like, I want something. They had to have been smoking weed. This makes no sense to me outside of that, because even when I wake up at my hungriest, I would never turn to producer Justin and be like, bring me something crunchy at 6 a.m.
No.
And then if his dumbass brought me dog food, we would over.
Yeah,
I'm calling the lawyer.
Yeah.
We're not even speaking ever again. And then I would tell everyone what he did. I would never admit that I ate it, but I'd be like, he tried to give me dog food.
That part would be left out, yeah.
I wonder how much they ate.
I don't know.
There was no like gender or ages in this,
okay.
so I don't know the like anything about the posters.
I mean,
but
yeah, I don't know. It's not okay.
That's messed up.
I don't know. I can't get over the fact that like I would have. There's one that
There's one that I read that I did not include because I couldn't even make it through the whole story because it was so disgusting. And it was not like a recent post. It was like there's a subreddit that's like best of Reddit updates. So it's like people who've written in like this and then they update everybody.
Nice.
This one was so cracked. This is kind of along the same lines. I couldn't even make it through. There were pictures. I couldn't do it.
Oh my god.
This person's.
I don't know if I can do it either.
This person's significant. This is almost the same to me. So
is it about puke?
No.
Oh, okay.
This person's significant other was attracting slugs in the backyard and feeding. Like putting the slugs in food, like like blending them, putting them in drinks.
See, that's no.
And this person had was not feeling well for a long time and was like, I don't feel right. Went to a doctor. They took the blood and there was some heightened, like this could have literally killed they said if you kept doing this. And then like after everything went down, like I think the person broke up with their significant other, had to get like a restraining order because and they'd been dating for like 4 years.
Was he like trying to kill him?
Yeah,
like they were trying to kill him.
Yeah. And she found like a bucket of slugs. She had a picture of like 10 dead slugs in this bucket that he must have been using to to me that's
very different.
Isn't that cracked? People, this is real stories.
Real people. That would be a big no.
But to me it's like almost like this was supposed to be under the guise of a joke, like a prank, like the dog food.
Yes.
So like, but to me, when you do a prank, it should be funny to both people.
Right. Sure. I hear you there. But yeah.
I mean, not always, but I mean.
The slug thing though, like you're clearly being shady.
I couldn't even read the whole story because I was like, I read like the first 3 sentences and I was like, oh my God. And it was long. There was multiple updates. In the very end, they were like, I'm living somewhere. There's a restraining order. There's a court case. They're charging. Like it's a whole thing. I'm safe. I'm healthy now. Like.
Oh my God.
Can you.
Ungodly.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. It's a lawless place, Reddit.
It's a lawless place, I'm telling you. And that's why we brought it to all of you, the readers.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I hope, I don't know. What are your thoughts about all of that? Because that was a lot. Which one was the worst to you? Which one is like, if this happened to you, you would be like, we're not, well, this is like me. But the dog food is the worst one to me. That and the dead dad story. Those are like my top. That's a tie for that's a big, number one.
Yeah. That one's like a, I mean, honestly, the one that stuck with me too was the food one, the lasagna one.
Yeah.
I just think that was rude too. You know,
that was pretty.
You know, I'm not terrible. A cook, but if I like, if I did try and someone was like, "Wow, this tastes terrible," I would be like, "Oh, oops."
You put a ton of
oopsies. Yeah.
Yeah, that one to me is another like we're done. We're done deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, all the pissing in the backyard, the sitting on the toilet. I would too. Like, Edward, if you're listening, like if you piss in the backyard, we're done. God. I don't think he would ever, but if you do, no.
All I can think about is this person just like in the middle of the day going to the backyard and pissing. And like, what happens if your neighbor is looking out their window and then they just see you?
Or a day like today, it's windy.
Yeah.
It's gross outside.
No, thank you.
You're still going outside to pee?
Right. What if it's like, well, I guess they're in Arizona, so it won't be like, but what if you weren't? What if you were in, I don't know, what if you were, what state? I don't know, Midwest. What if you were in the Midwest and it was the middle of winter? You're going to go outside and pee. You're not going to stay in your house.
You're in Vermont.
When it's like negative 45 degrees.
Right. Your little pecker's going to freeze off.
Right. There's no, forget it. Anyways.
Canceled.
Well.
Canceled.
Our last thing.
Yes.
We love.
Yeah. What are we doing today?
I did a would you rather.
Okay.
This is kind of a relationship-ish one.
Okay.
Not like the one we did for our dating episode.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to find one that were kind of on some weird spectrum a little bit. Yeah. It's hard though, because like some of them are just terrible. But I will just read these to you, and you just tell me which one.
Let's see what happens.
So this is would you rather. So would you rather date someone that your family despises but your friends love, or date someone that your friends hate but your family loves?
The first one.
You would rather date someone that your family hates but your friends love?
Because I'm not super close with my family. I don't see them a lot, so
I think
I talk to my friends a lot more, and I don't want to hear them bitch about my partner.
That's a good point. I think I would. I hate to say it, but I think I would almost be the same because I don't see my family very often. Famously, we don't live in the same state.
Yeah.
But I think it would be harder to like, especially if you hang out with your friends a lot more and you do more friend-based stuff.
Yeah, I do.
I also think sometimes, and I'm going to make a sweeping generalization,
please,
but I think sometimes families get real caught up in like the idea of who their kid should be with.
Yes.
And like if their real life partner doesn't match that sort of like vision,
they have things to say.
Right. And so that luckily has not happened to me, but I've seen it happen to friends and other people, and it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be much easier for me to just like not take them to a family thing, and then when people are like, oh, where's so and so, I'd be like, oh, not here, and then move on. But like as my friends,
you can't.
They'd have more to say, especially my friends, because as you can imagine, my friends have a lot to say.
I'm sure.
If this friendship is any indication of the rest of my friends.
Right. Oh, love it. Okay, ready? This one is a tough one.
Okay.
So, would you rather discover your partner is expecting a child with another person, or discover your partner is married and has kids?
Ooh.
This is so...
That adds a complication
rough.
For me as well, because for the first one, that means he had to have sex with a woman.
Yeah.
So just the first one was, what was it again?
They're expecting a child with somebody else. Just somebody else. And then
the other one is married
and children. Has kids. I'll tell you, I would rather have them be expecting a child with somebody.
Yeah, I think I'm
because
there
I
too.
think the cutoff is so much easier. Like the breakup would be like, nope.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that you've been dating, they're married and has kids. I feel like that would be a rougher breakup to endure for me.
No, I think the first one, because my thought was like, well, again, gay, but like maybe it was a drunken night and it was an accident kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and I've read stories like that on Reddit where it's like my husband's ex contacted them out of the blue and they have a 5-year-old that they never knew about. I mean, and then what do you do? I mean, it's like, do you stay? Do you?
Yeah.
And you weren't, it's a time. A lot of them are like before they met their partner, but some of them it's like when they first started dating. So like they were clearly not exclusive.
Not exclusive.
Mess. Okay. This one also I think is a tough one. Would you rather never be cheated on but suffer from extreme jealousy on a daily basis, or be cheated on regularly but never know about it or suspect a thing?
To be honest, I think I lived the first one anyways. So I think but which I don't like. What was the second one? I kind of stopped listening.
You're being cheated on regularly, but you never know and you don't suspect anything about it. So you're kind of like in the dark.
I think the first one, because like
you'd
I
rather
said,
be
I live that
jealous.
way anyways. I don't.
This one is so tough for me. I think I would rather do the first one only because I feel like
you can manage the first
right. You
one.
could. That's what I literally was about to say. I was going to like you could sort of manage your feelings after a certain point.
You can go to therapy for that.
Yes, you can. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page about this. Yeah. Okay, this one's just a funny one that I was like, oh, this made me laugh. Well, the next couple ones are kind of funny. So, would you rather your partner be attractive but stupid, or smart but ugly? Smart but ugly for me all the way. Sorry.
I'm scared. Are you attacking producer?
No,
Justin?
I'm not. Okay. But you're gonna. Looks fade.
Looks do fade. No, I think I am with you because I would rather.
I would rather have a conversation with somebody than.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yes,
mess.
We really are the same person. We really are.
This one's another sort of like funny one. Would you rather have a partner with a really squeaky voice or a really deep voice?
Well, deep voice.
Yeah, that one I was like, I don't know who would choose that. And last one, and I have a personal story about this one. Would you rather have a partner that is always overdressed or underdressed?
Like, to go to things?
Just always. Like, you're going to go out to dinner, they're overdressed, they're in a 3-piece suit, or they're underdressed, they're in sweats or pajamas. Which one would you rather have?
Underdressed.
You'd rather have somebody who's underdressed all the time?
Care. Who cares? No? You don't think?
So I dated somebody who khaki shorts was like the equivalent of a tuxedo for them.
Oh, no,
and they wore like nice sweats and nice like gym shorts places. Yeah. But like jeans, they never wore jeans. They never had a pair of jeans in their life. They hated jeans.
We have to dress appropriate for what we're going to.
No. He legitimately was like, if we went on a date, khaki shorts or khaki pants, which that's fine, like for like a nice date. But like if we'd want like,
but if you're going to like the Olive Garden, you can't be wearing that to the Olive Garden.
People wore matching sweats, like nice shoes. Yeah, it was Kyle. It was a mess.
No.
But yeah, and so sometimes Justin and I will go to a place. And I'll want to wear like leggings and like, I don't know, like a nice shirt, but it's not like super nice. And Justin will put on jeans and I'm like, why are you so dressed up? I cannot break that because this person that I dated never owned a pair of jeans ever. Never. Did not have one pair of jeans. Thought jeans were like wearing dress pants. And he did. And when we went to weddings together, he did wear suits and stuff like that. So it wasn't like I wore, but if we were going out on a date, it was sweats.
Oh my gosh.
Unless I asked. For khaki shorts. Even in the winter, we did khaki shorts.
Ugh, khaki shorts.
It was mess.
That's messy.
I think I would prefer overdressed. But then I think about it like if you went to like the Olive Garden and you were in a fucking tuxedo, like that would be weird. It's hard. I think I would go with you though. I think underdressed. Having lived it for a long time.
As long as they're dressing like like you said, like you go to a wedding and they're wearing a suit. Yes. Okay, fine. But like if we're just like running errands and you're always wearing like sweats, I don't care. No, that's fine.
Have you seen the people at these places?
Yes. I will be one of those people today. I have to go to the grocery store later, so
you don't look too bad.
Thanks.
It's like when they're like in pajama pants, they've got their Crocs
like SpongeBob,
on.
SpongeBob that to pants. Me, I'm wearing
sweatpants, like leggings or sweatpants with like a sweatshirt. To me, is not like fine. So bad. Yeah. But anyways,
wow. Well, this
we
episode
made it.
Has been really just how people are terrible.
Yeah,
and that's really why we started this whole podcast.
I hope this helped you.
It did. It did help me.
good.
That's what I need. I also, though, feel a little like, wow, the world's really sucks at the same time. But I think I already knew that.
Sometimes I'm just really grateful that I married a person that wouldn't do any of these things. And I sometimes read these stories and I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I'm not out there anymore.
Yeah.
Because it is, as I said, Reddit is a lawless place, but also everyone is lawless.
But yeah, it's true.
Mess.
It's true. We hope none of this is happening to you, but if it is, please contact us. We would love to read your story on air.
You can call in, or you can record a little thing and we'll play it and we'll be like, oh girl.
Oh, girl. Oh, honey.
Oh, my. Well, on that note.
Stay tired.
And petty.